Hey everyone, welcome back. So glad that you were able to join me again. Today I am going to be discussing one in particular product. It is the Lorac Pro Palette. This is what it looks like on the outside if you've seen it, or maybe you've seen it online or in stores, but this is what it looks like. So the reason why I want to just discuss and give you a review of this eyeshadow palette is because I am absolutely in love with it. Hands down, one of the best eyeshadow palettes that I have tried. If you are a makeup artist just starting out, or if you're just someone that really loves to play with eyeshadows and doesn't really know which way to turn but loves pigmented eyeshadows, then this palette is definitely for you. So the Lorac Pro Palette, it comes with 16 shades. 8 are matte and 8 are shimmers. So when I first read about it was quite some time ago, it looked like a really wonderful palette online, and photos that I had seen, it was just absolutely beautiful. So a few months ago I had stepped into Ulta and I decided to go and test it out and see if I like it. One thing that you guys have to know about me is that I really try my products out. I sit with them for quite some time before I go and review them, and I really give my heart and soul into the product because I want to know if it's something that my viewers and my clients can really benefit from. So immediately when I had first tried the Lorac Pro Palette, I kind of swatched it when I was in Ulta, and just the textures off of the eyeshadows were amazing immediately, right on my fingers. They were just fantastic. So it prompted me to buy it, and I did. And I started over the last 3 months to really test it out, different types of color schemes, and with mattes and going with shimmers, and every single way I used it, the palette just performed amazing. So as you can see, again, there are 16 colors. They are neutral shades, which is great. I mean, if you are like me and you love earth tones, if you just love bronzes and golds and purples, I mean, this palette is absolutely beautiful. So what I started to do is when I tested it out, I would try different colors, and for me I always go with champagnes and browns and bronzes and stuff like that. So today the reason why I'm also discussing the Lorac Pro Palette is because I am going to do a quick tutorial on how to get that golden smoky eye. So smoky eyes have been around for quite some time. I mean, you probably have seen them everywhere, and not everybody can really pull it off or have the darkest colors look great on you. So I feel that one shade that really works well on a lot of skin tones is the golden colors. So that's why today I will be discussing the golden smoky eye. But before I get into that, I just want to give you a little bit more of the palette. So here we have in the palette, there are all 8 matte shades. And as you can tell, if I do give you a swatch of the pigments, I mean, they are just absolutely beautiful. They come on really well. Just fantastic. And so what does that mean? What does that mean is that a little goes a long way, and they are fantastic for blending. If you are like me and just absolutely love to blend your eyeshadows, and blending is key in your application, then you are definitely in the right place with the Lorac Pro Palette. Also, the other thing is that they are highly pigmented. Again, a little will go a long way, but it's great because the color is true to what you see on the palette. So today what I will be discussing are the gold colors, the garnet, and the light bronze. So as you can see here, how really they just come out just so beautiful. Comes up here. The textures are just, they're absolutely beautiful. They're creamy, they glide onto the skin, just a little bit goes a long way, and they're just absolutely beautiful. So what I used on myself today, and I'll show you in just a few seconds the colors, I used gold, I used the color Garnet on the outer corner. I put light bronze inside, and I used cream as my highlight color. And then also in my brown bone, I put the color Nude, if you guys can see it right now in here. I did not really go with any lashes today because I find that not everyone can really get lashes on, and it's kind of hard for beginners, so I really don't want to jump into that with all of you. I just feel that you can create a beautiful smoky eye without any false eyelashes, and if you have a really good mascara, I think that's all you really need. And you don't really have to overpower the eye with so much black and dark browns, and there are ways to create it, as if I am right now, where the eye just looks absolutely beautiful. And this is also a great look for a date night. If you're going out, Valentine's Day is coming up, and if you really don't want to go with a red lip and a winged eyeliner, this is another great alternative. The other reason why I like the Pro palette is because it comes with so many beautiful shades in it that you're able to kind of like play around as much as possible. And then the other thing that I wanted to highlight about the Lorac Pro palette is that it is very lightweight, and it's also very thin, as you can see. So if you're using this for your makeup kit or your professional kit, this is something that will just go right into your kit. It doesn't take up a lot of room, and you will really get a quality application with these eyeshadows. I keep showing you guys because I'm just so infatuated with them. I think they're just amazing. The other thing too is that, again, you can go from day to night with this palette. There is so much that you can do with it, from something very basic to something very in the package was the Lorac Behind the Scenes Eye Primer. So it's a little one like this. I absolutely love eye primers, and for years I was hooked on a different name brand, and then when I picked up this Pro palette, I tried it and I have fallen in love with it. I think that it really holds the eyeshadow beautiful. It's not colored like some other eyeshadow primers that you might find on the market that really change the color of your skin. It's pretty translucent, so I think this is good for many skin types. And it just really makes the eyeshadow stay on beautiful. So without further ado, I would love to discuss the Golden Smoky Eye with you guys today. So as I said, if you like this look, please keep watching and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.
I begin my eye application by using Lorac Behind the Scenes Eye Primer. I really love this primer because when blended in, it becomes translucent. And the great thing about this is that it is oil-free. And what happens is that it sets the base for your entire eyeshadow application, and your eyeshadow will stay in place from day to night. I set the entire eyelid with the color Cream from the Pro palette, and you apply this using a fluff brush to your entire eyelid. I then apply the color Gold to my eyelid, and a little bit goes a long way because the pigments on it are amazing. So the color really comes out beautiful on the eyelid. As you can tell, I'm using gentle sweeping motions to apply it. The next color I take is Garnet, and with my eyeshadow brush, I gently apply it to the outer corner of my eyelid, and I keep it at the outer corner but into my crease. I don't really extend it far out over my crease. So as you can see now, I'm bringing it into the center of my crease in gentle sweeping motions, bringing it over and in. I do this to create depth for the smoky eye. Now I take the color Light Bronze and I apply it with my eyeshadow brush into the inner corner of my eyelid. And again, I keep it within the crease. I don't extend it out over the crease. And what I do is I go from my inner lid and then I work my way into my outer part of my eyelid crease. And what that does is it marries Garnet with the Light Bronze together. Now with a blending brush, I go towards Garnet and I start buffing it out. And what this is going to do, it's going to buff it and also smoke it out, and it's going to marry the colors together in that crease. So I start from the outer corner of my eye, and in swirling motions I work my way in, but I don't go all the way into the inner crease because I don't want to bring Garnet all the way over. I kind of want it to blend, so when you see the eyeshadows, they will all go together really, really well. That's how you smoke it out beautiful. Next, I'm using Covet Waterproof Eyeliner by Anastasia in the color Noir. This is a really beautiful black, and what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to line my eyelid semi-thin, and then I will buff it out a little bit. The reason why I do like this eyeliner is because it is waterproof and it does not budge. So once it sets, it stays that way, and for a look like this eyeliner is great. Now I take a flat eyeshadow brush and I gently go against the eyeliner, and I start to buff it out just a little bit, because in a smoky eye I find that the eyeliner does not have to look perfect, but if it's smudged out a little bit, it really blends in beautiful with the look. Then I go back to my eyeliner and I gently apply a little bit more color in areas that I think need it. I also line the upper inner waterline. Some people call this tight line, but this is a little bit less than tight lining. So I just gently hold up my lid by just lifting my lashes very gently, and I apply a little black eyeliner into the waterline. This will create more depth for the smoky eye. Next, I'm applying mascara. Now I find that if you are creating a smoky eye and you really don't want to wear false eyelashes, or it's something that you're just not comfortable wearing, there is nothing wrong with applying mascara and getting your lashes as full as possible. But the key to getting your lashes full and long and voluminous is you have to really play with them. So if you take a look at how I'm applying my mascara to my lashes, is I'm starting at the base of my lash line and then I'm working my way up. This creates length, and then the second thing it does, it creates volume, and you're starting to build body. And that's the most important part, because you can have false, full looking lashes with just mascara. You just have to play and get comfortable with it. And this is why I absolutely love mascaras, because in just a few minutes you can really create depth on the eye, and the eyelashes will look amazing. So now on to brows. I first start with my arch because that should be the deepest part of your eyebrow. Then from there I work towards my outer part of my eyebrow, and then I go back towards the inner. What you should do is look back and forth and see where you see any missing or sparseness, and that's where you should fill it in. Use very soft, gentle strokes because you don't want your eyebrows to look painted on. You just want them to appear fuller, so that gives it more of a natural appearance. And then with an eyebrow brush, you go over the entire eyebrow and reshape it. This way you blend the eyebrow pencil to your hair and to your skin, and it all blends together. Next, I'm setting my eyebrows with a clear brow gel. I love using this step, especially when I'm doing a smoky eye, because it leaves the eyebrows looking perfect and they won't move. Now I take the color Garnet again and I go and I bring it right into the crease of my eyelid. This is going to create depth. I just go specifically into the crease. I take a blending brush and in swirling motions, I gently buff it in, but really light, nothing heavy. And what this is gonna do, this will create more depth into the eyelid. This is a wonderful step when you're doing a smoky eyelid. Now I go back and I take the color Cream and I highlight my brow bone with it. Then I take the color Nude and I gently apply it under the arch of my eyebrow. This gives a little bit more extra highlight and it looks very, very pretty with this smoky eye. I go back to my black eyeliner and now I line the inner bottom waterline. This black liner is just great for this because it's waterproof. And then I go into the lash line of my lower lid. This again will create a little bit more smokiness and depth. Now with an angled brush, I go back to the colored Garnet from the Lorac Pro Palette and I go to the outer corner of my lower lid and I start to smudge it into my lash line about 3/4 of the way in. I don't want to go all the way from one point to the other. So I start from the outer corner and I go 3/4 of the way in. Then I take the color Gold and I apply it to the inner corner of the lower lash line, the lower lid, and I take it and I marry it into the Garnet. This will create smokiness. Next, I'm adding a little bit of mascara to my lower lashes. I don't like to overdo this step because I have rather long lower lashes, so I just add a few swipes of mascara, and that's all I need. Next, I'm going to be applying concealer. I usually wait to do this until I'm done with the entire eye application. And I'm doing almost like an upside down triangle or like a V. And then I take my ring finger and I gently pat it in and I blend it. What this does is this will open up the eye and it will also eliminate any dark circles that you have. And I like doing this step because it really opens up the face after you do the smoky eyelid. Now I'm going to complete the rest of my face application. I'm using Sweet as Cocoa blush from MAC Cosmetics and I'm going to gently contour underneath my cheekbone. This is just going to give me a little bit more definition in the cheek area. It'll contour that area. Now you can also use this to contour your forehead a little bit. This is what I had in front of me instead of using bronzer. And then I buff it out with a big fluffy brush. This just gives a little bit more depth to the face. And like I said, it will contour. Next, I'm applying the color Style to the apples of my cheeks, and I gently apply it starting at the apples and then I work my way up. As you could see, this creates a little bit more of a higher cheekbone when you apply it this way. Then I go back to Sweet as Cocoa and I apply it to the upper portion of my cheek. This will create depth, it will also contour, and it will also create the look of a higher cheekbone. Now on to lips. I'm going to use a nudie color to line my entire lip. But I'm going to use it in gentle strokes, nothing too harsh, because I don't want the line to be very harsh for this. I want it to be very soft. So then I take my ring finger and I smudge it and I buff it out. This is just going to make it look soft again. Then I take a nude pale lip color. This is called Myth from MAC Cosmetics, and I apply it to my lips, but gently dabbing it on. You don't want to overdo it. I take my ring finger, I blend it in just to soften it up, and then I'm going to top it off with some lip gloss. I feel lip gloss really completes this look, especially with the smoky eye. It's just absolutely beautiful. There you have it. Here is my version of the golden smoky eye featuring the Lorac Pro Palette. I really hope you enjoyed this video.
Have it, guys. This is how I did the golden smoky eye. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please let me know if you have any questions. As you could tell, it's very easy to blend them, and you can still have that golden smoky sexiness on the eyelid without applying any false lashes. So, you know, don't be afraid to blend and try your eyeshadow palettes. This one in particular is one that I really happen to love. So like I had said originally, if you're looking for something that is versatile, that can give you a little bit of everything, then I really would recommend the Lorac Pro Palette. So once again, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you all soon. Don't forget to subscribe. Love ya. Bye.